Hey, welcome back, YouTube. It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. It is your girl, Miss Honey, of course, here to do a Real Housewives of Potomac review. This is, of course, season 4, episode 14. I can't remember the name of it. It's some little smart quip. I'll put it down below in the description. Y'all know how it is. I want to thank all my new subscribers, everyone who comment on each and every one of my videos. I appreciate you. Also, if you're new to my channel, I'd love to have you as a member of the tribe. Go ahead and hit that subscription button, and also hit the notification bell right next to it. If you go through my repertoire of work, you will see I don't do a lot of posting, but when I do. Okay, and don't forget to thumbs up the video, you guys. It's like saying, hey, Miss Honey, as well as commenting down below. Y'all know I answer your comments. You know I love to banter. Okay, so don't deny me. Please don't deny me. Okay, so listen, video super late, but action-packed Sunday, action-packed Monday. I went to see Jill Scott. Those of you who follow me on Instagram know that I went to see Jill Scott, and I had an absolutely positively marvelous time. It was so good. Like, she's an amazing performer. So if you get an opportunity, she comes to your city, don't deny yourself, okay? Let's talk about these girls. I'm kind of over it. Like, I'm ready for Married to Medicine to come through, because these ladies right now, they just doing a lot of, you know, they moving funny. They moving funny. They don't really have a lot, so they're making something out of nothing, really, in terms of having action-packed storylines, or having at least moderately interesting storylines. Let's just talk about it, the girls, one by one, and then we're going to talk about this whole open house fiasco that happened with Robyn and this property that she was flipping, and she finally finished. Okay, first of all, Ashley dad says no. He says no. No, I didn't send for you. I didn't call for you. I don't want you here. And everybody, you know, feels like it's just so horrible. But listen, you set yourself up, and this is just my personal perspective. I'm not saying this is the right thing to do therapeutically. I don't know. I've never had that experience. I'm a daddy's girl. My parents been married now. This year will be 53 years. My daddy always had me with him, his children with him. You know what I'm saying? He did my hair. He made us breakfast until my dad had his last stroke. He was still making my mama breakfast every morning. My daddy got up and went to work every day. You know what I'm saying? He worked side jobs. He made it happen. You know, it's just, my father retired from a job that he worked on over 30 years. So I don't have the same perspective. I just know that anybody that would reject me to this degree, including blocking you on Facebook, this your daddy, he blocked you on Facebook, and then you go to the door. First of all, you had to know that taking that camera crew there, even if they stay in the yard, taking that camera crew there was the man already on the run from you. The man already dodging you. Of course, he not gonna want to even remotely take a chance of being on camera, being seen with you. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, he has decided he didn't want to be seen. His face to be seen. None of that. You know, so she go to the door. The camera crew stay out there, but she still got a mic pack on. A mama there, and a mama acting like she begging and pleading. Well, how much conversation are you having with the daddy, mama? How much conversation you having with the daddy? Because you felt like that was a good idea for her to go. You still friends with the man on Facebook. Is he leading you to believe that he wanted to see Ashley? Why would you just take her around there and encourage her to go around there? What conversations is Ashley's mama having with Ashley's daddy outside of Ashley's presence? I don't know. To me, Ashley's mama, I don't know. I hate to say it because it just seemed like Ashley mama and Ashley daddy running game. That's how I feel. That's just how I feel. You know, even though Ashley mama had a lot of woo-woo to say outside the door, this your daughter, won't you even, it just seemed kind of contrived. It seemed the aunt and the uncle, his brother and sister, the way they was acting, it just kind of seemed contrived. Now, I don't know who put the whole schematics together. It seemed like it happened really quick. She wanted to see her dad. She called her aunt and talked to her uncle. Her and her mama flew down there. Next thing you know, they at the door. Now, it might have taken a month. It might have taken a week. It might have taken 3 days. I don't know. Okay, but it just seemed like they all had a vested interest in having this moment for you. Now, maybe it was just for you to get some closure. But the aunt seemed like she knew that the daddy wasn't no good. And he ain't talking to her. The brother seemed like he might be talking to the daddy, but he know the daddy ain't no good. Your mama got to know something. If she's still friends and still connected and got this man's address and all this, that, and the third, she got to know something about your daddy. Something going on that they not telling you. They not telling you. Now, I don't know what they gonna get out of this situation, but it seems like something else outside of the ordinary is going on, which is why I have no emotions invested in the fact that man slammed that door and would not talk to her. And I don't have any emotions about the breakdown that she had, because you have a pattern of running after, of chasing after. You know, same thing you did with Michael. You did move out like that second or third season. You call yourself moving out for an apartment. Then you come back and sign another 5 years on to your prenup. And Michael, you had the miscarriage, and that supposedly turned Michael's heart. And Michael is now down for you having a baby, where he was just staunch, dead set against it. Then you guys used this miscarriage. I don't think it was a miscarriage. I think it was misbehavior that made him straighten up, because he realized this misbehavior could cost him his fortune if he's caught up in a situation where he's doing some infidelity type situation. You know, I don't know what the prenup say. I just don't feel invested in Ashley's storyline, even when she was talking to Michael, and Michael was, you know, kind of putting up like, did you knock on the door again? You know, oh baby, I'm sorry, and all of this. I don't know, man. I'm just not buying it. I don't buy that their relationship is authentic. Therefore, everything that falls out from that is kind of like fruit of the poisonous tree. And, you know, that's just how I feel about it. You know, they supposed to be happy and in love. They got that little baby. They got him a little mini Burns. You know, I call Michael Mr. Burns. They got him a little mini Burns. Oh, that little baby don't look like Michael. Look like she gave birth to her own husband. Like, I'm not even kidding. I mean, he looks elderly as a baby. But that's just my opinion. Oh, sorry. Anyway, so that's Ashley, child. Karen and her sister go down to the graveside. I enjoyed Karen's relationship with her sister. You know, just the conversation back and forth. It was so sisterly. Like, I miss my sister. She live all the way down in Florida, child. I miss her. Anyway, even when I go down to see her, it's not like we have each other to ourselves, you know, where we can go and just do stuff and just kick it like we used to. But it is what it is. Anyway, So that was a good moment. It was touching. She played Raven's song, and they released some white balloons. Raven's song is so worked over. I don't know what Raven sounded like at that funeral, especially since she was all broken up too. I can't imagine being stable in her right mind. She sings, so below average. I can't imagine at a funeral when you sad and broken up, what that song must have sounded like. But to Karen's motherly ears, it's beautiful. Okay. And we get to see Karen with a true friend who comes over, and they talk about the little dom and the fragrance and how it's doing and all that stuff. It's a good moment. Candiace, Dot, and her sister go to a winery, and we just really get to see how Dorothy is, full on. I'm sure she can get louder and more animated, but baby, that nastiness just builds up. The more glasses of wine she have, the nastier she gets, baby. The nastier she gets. Now, she got a lot of smoke, okay, for Candiace, but that sister said, no, don't start none, won't be none. If I'm one bitch, you too. If I got to shut up, you got to shut up too. If kids got to be respectful, you gonna have to be respectful too. Okay? Grown adults here, what you're not gonna do is talk to us any old kind of way. Now, I'm saying I'm not mad at that, because the mama was really, the more they drank, before the charcuterie tray even got there, she was taking so many jabs, especially at Candiace, talking about the therapy is for Candiace, it's not for her, and all this, that, and the third. I was just like, how in the world are you a successful therapist? How are you able to separate rational thinking enough to give it to a stranger to the tune of $150, $200 an hour for therapy, and you can't rightly divide when is a good time to come out your mouth to your daughters, how you speak to them, how you address them, those little slights, those little digs, those little slights and digs form and shape you. I remember one time my mama told me that I had fat, ugly knees. She did. I need to cover my knees up because they fat and they ugly. She did. And I didn't wear short skirts for a long time. Shorts, I very rarely ever wore my legs out. Rarely ever wore my knees out. And it just took me a while to get over that. It wasn't like, oh, it was something that burdened me and I told 10 people every time I met them. No, it just something that was kind of imprinted on me. She said it must be so I didn't show them. I had to grow out of that. I had to come into a place where I didn't care. I don't really care what you think. I'm not going to be disrespectful about it, but at the same time, you think my knees bad. I think you wear way too much jewelry. I just got to that point where I was like, okay, now say something nice. Or I can pick out something on you that I could focus on, and I feel like could be better. Or we could just talk to each other with, more respect. And I'm not saying my mom was disrespectful or that she was anything like Dorothy. I'm just saying these little things that you say, you don't know, and you may not mean any harm, but at the same time you feel like I'm mama and I got certain amount of privileges, but at the same time you could be imprinting on your children and opening them up to be in a position where they allow others to talk to them in that way. And then in those instances, you would want to come to defense of your daughter. You would want to say, oh, wait, you're not going to talk to my daughter like that. But this is the same thing you're doing. You're tearing her down. You're belittling her. And I'm not saying Candiace is an angel. I'm just saying Dorothy in that drink tell a lot. They say a drunk man speak a sober mind. That's all I'm going to say about that. Dorothy may run Candiace, but she don't run the sister. Okay, so let's talk about Monique. Monique has a lady come over and she's gonna teach her and Chris to do baby CPR for the new baby. I'm like, well, who helped the two you got? I mean, I guess it was a refresher course, but it just, here's the thing. Her kids are at a very rambunctious stage, and they have learned that they're going to get a certain number of warnings of, please don't do that, please stop, please get down, please calm down. They know that that's just going to keep coming, and there's not going to be anything else. Like, there's no reason for them to snap too, because they just gonna get a couple of verbal warnings, right? So I just think that when you're doing these types of things, not only is it good, especially if you're doing something that's would be educational to others, people watching, but it's respectful of this professional's time who's come to your home, and you gonna teach you something so important, something like saving your child's life, how to keep your child from choking and suffocating. You would want to be full on attentive. Like, you wouldn't want this type of exercise to be something that you were doing like a coloring, or a cooking class, how to put together a salad. I don't know. Like, it was disrespectful as hell to the professional that was there. And I just feel like y'all got so much money. You out here taking these baby bump pictures and all this other stuff, and just putting a lot of money into preserving memories. It would behoove you to get you somebody that could come and watch your kids during some of these scenes. Okay, because you gonna really show your children, you showing your children in a bad light. That's just me. You showing your children in a bad light, and it seems like your children may be in charge at your house. I don't know, y'all. Y'all know I don't have no kids. I'm just saying, your children kind of sort of seem like they run amok. Just from the last couple of times I've seen them, okay. So anyway, we see Robyn going around here to a trucking company because she done finished the house, and she seen trucks come and go, and she feel like maybe this is the business I want to get in. Man come out, he talked to a Gizelle, show up, they get in a truck, one of the automatic. Now, I did not know this, that those big old semi trucks, some of them come automatic. Now, I did not know that. Okay, and then some of them come with, bells and whistles of a traditional truck, right? So she drove the truck, and they, had fun, trying to tool it around, and be all fast, and her and Gizelle being silly and whatnot about it. First of all, Robyn, did you ask that man about how much insuring those trucks is? Did you ask that man about So here's what I want to know, Robyn. You checked out the trucks, and you feel like it could be a great source of income for you, and you want to know if you can get some government jobs possibly. First, you need to find out, how much does it cost to insure these big behind trucks? How much does it cost to pay drivers of these large semi trucks? How much is maintenance on one of these vehicles? How much does it cost to fill one up? Like, it is not a cheap or inexpensive thing to do, is to own vehicles, especially if you haven't built a network of people that you can rely on, like mechanics, people that can show you the ropes, insurance companies, those types of things. These conversations is what leads me to believe that you serious about something, that's not just doing something, not just working on another scheme. You're not gonna flip another house? The house flipping wasn't for you? What about this women's empowerment thing you was doing? That wasn't for you? Like, it just seems like you're doing a lot of reaching and maybe not enough researching. To me, Robyn, it doesn't really seem like you have a niche. You have something that you're into. Everyone else has something that they feel passionate about. Now, y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about Monique, but Monique got Not for Lazy Moms. It's a whole website and podcast, and she's got, I think, paraphernalia, to go along with her website, to go along with her business. I don't know. Your level of ambition seems kind of pie in the sky-ish. Like, maybe you thought that flipping houses was going to be more than what it was. It didn't really seem like you did a lot of research on it. It doesn't seem like you're doing a lot of research on this whole truck driving thing, but that's fine. Of course, Gizelle and Robyn are being silly, and they talk about Monique and how Gizelle feel about Monique and all of that. And Robyn's got the open house and all of that coming up. So let's just get to the open house, okay, real quick. So we get to the open house. Me personally, I've gone to several open houses. I used to really, really be into going into homes that were for sale just to see what they were like. I found that very interesting. And I know that typically when you go to an open house type situation, it's about, look around, see if you like it, if it's something you want to talk more about, if you have any questions, come back. The house was full of people, and it wasn't a huge home. Not that the house didn't look good. It looked pulled together very well. I don't know. I would have to have gone there and to see if the baseboards was finished, if the paint was done properly, if they had put up chair rails where they were supposed to go, if the stairs were cut short, if the water had pressure. You don't know all of this stuff until you really look around an open house. And it was so many people, like a house party there. It's no way a buyer can look around and get a feel for a home. And it's so many people. Everybody was kind of standing around, like I said, like a house party. I just didn't get it. I did not get it. I don't know what the backyard was like. I don't know why she didn't choose to have everybody outside and on the backyard and have the house mostly empty it was no reason for Juan and all of them and Karen and Gizelle and Monique and Ashley and Candiace and all of them to come up in that house like a house party. It was ridiculous. And once again, it proves, Robyn, that you may have ambitions, but you don't have a lot of know-how. And one of the reasons why I think you don't have a lot of know-how is because you don't take these things serious. If you're more than 10 months behind, my first priority would have been selling that home. And then possibly after having gotten a contract on that home or getting it in place, taking one day to shoot. Or just shoot and act like it's an open house as opposed to actually having buyers there, people who are in the market to purchase a home. Then you got Karen on camera saying that it's not a good neighborhood. Like, girl, don't mix your businesses like that, especially if one gonna take away from the other. That's why it's hard for me to respect you, Robyn. I done got worked up because that stunt that Gizelle pulled when she walked up in that house, all the girls was there except for Candiace, and as Gizelle comes in, all the ladies are greeting her, and Monique go to greet her and give her a hug, and she was like, "Oh, you hugging me? You think I don't?" She just started right in from the gate. Everybody, including Monique, including Robyn, was like, "Girl, Pace yourself down. Like, how you gonna come in the door like that, right? Completely understand all that, but the reason why she did that, Robyn, is because she don't respect you, girl. She don't respect you. She don't respect your ambitions. She doesn't respect what you're trying to achieve. Why? Because you don't respect it. You don't respect it. You're using it as an opportunity to film, but I'm telling you, it's coming across to a lot of people, including your so-called bestie, the other head on the neck of the green-eyed monster. It's a two-headed beast. If y'all could keep Ashley tethered in, it would be a three-headed beast. She don't respect you. She don't. Gizelle does not respect Robyn. Boom, I said it. Then y'all take it into the living room, which all y'all gathered in that living room made it seem smaller. Candiace got to run out and get a chair from the bar stool from the counter in the kitchen, which is a stone's throw away. I mean, you could spit a loogie from the living room and hit one in the head at the bar, at the counter in the kitchen, drinking a beer, chit-chatting. She go get the doggone bar stool and sit down, and they keep at it with the. And I was with Karen. Ashley, why you go and run tell that? Why you go do that? Same reason Monique revealed them text messages. It's because y'all gotta keep it going, because y'all don't really have a whole lot going in this moment. In this moment, y'all, now that Michael has been cleared, kinda, sorta, we back to paddling in a circle. You know what I'm saying? Like a one-arm paddler, just around and around and around and around. Like, come on. And Robyn was pissed. Robyn was pissed. Robyn was like, I can't believe Gizelle is doing this. But you didn't ask her to leave. But you didn't say, ladies, don't do this here. You never said, can we please not do this here? Never said that. You didn't even think about your mom and the money she's invested in it and the time she's invested in it. Or your partner, the one who brought the buyer there. That was inconsiderate as hell of him. You should have said, hey, listen, we filming, so you might not want to bring a buyer. You know what I mean? Bring your cousin who won't act like a buyer. Anyway, that is Real Housewives of Potomac. Y'all tell me what you think. Put it down below. And until next time, honeybees. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I'll holler.